Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're gonna do take 2 of filament welding. I've got the VIT Sport 3D printer filament connector. It's kind of like a pair of pliers, it looks like, with a little heating element. I'm gonna open this up for you. We're gonna try it out, see if we can get some PLA welded up. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this open. Before we do, I will say the packaging is pretty nice. Got a shrink wrapped box here and a little sticker on it. Looks pretty good. Shrink wrap off here. Open it up. Okay, so box in a box. Power supply. Nice. I was wondering if it was going to come with a power supply or not. Get that. And then this here is the actual filament welder or connector. There's a snug fit in that bag. Okay, there we go. A lot of pressure there in the jaws. It looks like just a little metal piece here at the center. There's a circle on either side. Must be connected to the heating element. And then just a plastic casing on the outside. Like I said, ton of force required to open that up. So lots of pressure against the filament when you're trying to weld it. Looks like it's got a on-off button here. And then some little feet, so when you're putting it on the table it doesn't wobble around. Kitchen timer, so you can time out how long you're welding for. Cool. That needs a battery, looks like a AAA. Some little files, I think. Almost look like nail files, but smaller. That's it out of the box. And then got the directions, of course. Okay, so it looks like it operates 100 to 240 volts via the power supply. Max temp is 220, so it's good for PLA, ABS, PETG, PC, and TPU. Not bad. Do not keep heating for more than 5 minutes, it says. Turn on the switch for the heating to turn off after heating for 2 to 3 minutes. Open the clamp and pull the end of one filament into the middle of the heater and close the clamp. Keep the clamp closed and insert another filament from the other side. Squeeze tightly from both sides to the middle for better melting. Cool naturally for about 4 to 5 minutes. Open the clamp, take out the connected filament. You can use the attached sandpaper to polish it to be more smooth so we can get through the pipelines easily. Okay, alright. Well, so it sounds like it might make it a little bit larger diameter, but maybe it's within tolerance of the machine. So we're going to plug it in, I guess, turn it on for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to go grab a battery for this and so we can use it. Okay, got ourselves a battery. Stick that in there. Cover back on. Okay, start and stop, add a minute at a time, add a second at a time, hold both to clear. Pretty straightforward. Alright, let's get this power supply plugged in. Okay. Cool. That's that. This stuff out of the way here. Okay, so what I've got today is a little remnant of some orange PLA Plus. I think this is Sunlu. This is also Sunlu, also PLA Plus in white. So I'm going to go ahead and just snip the ends of these guys so that I know we're playing with nice clean cuts there. We don't need these yet. That's done. Okay. So I guess we will start the timer and turn this on. I think you guys can see a little blue light came on when I turned that on. Can you see this timer? I think so. Okay, so we're going to let that go for about 2 minutes. I'll come back to you when it's ready. Okay, so we're at 2 minutes and 30-ish seconds. Getting ready to go here. So I think I'm going to take the spool side here and I'm going to open up these jaws and then just put that right so where that center dot is, the white filament is going to be just halfway into that dot. And then I'll close that jaw. Okay. Okay, so now from the other side, we're supposed to insert the filament. I feel like I pushed the other one out. Yep, totally. Okay. Let's try that again. Alright, white filament in the middle. Gonna hold pressure against it on this side now. Okay. Alright. I think that should be enough, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off via the button here. It says to let it cool for 4 to 5 minutes, so I'm going to stop this, reset it. I'm just going to hold it here. The little piece that kind of started to weld honestly doesn't look too bad. Might be a little fatter than normal filament here, but I mean, we yanked that out of there really quick, and it does look a little like lopsided as well, so I feel like this will probably be better. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit here for a little while, give it 5 minutes, and then I'll come back. Alrighty, so it looks like we're just coming up on 5 minutes. Just noticing, got a lot of like deflection here. Can you see that from that angle? See how high that is? And then the same thing kind of happened over here. So this part is going to be perfectly straight in the middle, I feel like, but it's got these like horrible bends on either side. Immediately not impressed with that joint at all, mostly because of this shape that's occurring here. I think let's try that again. Okay, so let's try it again here. I'm gonna clear this, start it, turn on the heater, and then while that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this loose. And I'm gonna try to straighten out this filament a little bit so that it doesn't want to just curl up. Okay, that looks a little better. Maybe I just should have held that a little longer, I guess. Yeah, this is just not, doesn't look good at all, you know? I think I do need to hold it longer because it did kind of like pull away a little bit right there. You can see the white filament is slightly thinner right there, just after the joint. So I'm going to hold it for a little longer. We'll let it heat up again first. Meanwhile, let's check out these files. Okay. So they all seem to be the same grit. They're just little. I guess hopefully you don't have to use that much of them, and you are working on a small surface, so but they seem like they'd be kind of hard to hold. We will see. Leave one out for now. So, tell me, have any of you guys had any success with filament welding? So far, I'm at least 0 for 1. Not terribly keen on this either, so maybe 0 for 2. I'm going to give it another shot. Any products that you found that work, or any methods that you might have, leave them down in the comments. I really like to know. It seems like I have all of these little spool, like, you know, they've got 10-15 feet left on them. I could probably get them a little closer to being empty, but you know, I'm just loading on another spool of white, right? So why not just connect the rest of this to that and let it print through? So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I think it would make the workflow a little easier, but maybe it's just not possible. Anyway, let me know if you figured anything out below. Okay, looks like we're getting close here. So I'm going to do it again. Go ahead and, oh, we got a little residue in there now. That's okay, I think. Close that there. And then insert, and I'm going to hold pressure here. And then we're going to turn this off. I'm just going to stay here and hold pressure on this joint. I am noticing, and you probably can't quite see it in the camera, the jaws are not lining up perfectly with each other, which is kind of concerning. They're close, but I feel like they're, you know, you want them to be perfectly parallel with one another so that the filament is not thrown out of whack. Maybe that's part of the problem here. Okay, so coming up on 4 minutes here. Let's see what that does. You can see in there kind of, joint looks okay, but it's still a little hot and squishy, so I think I'm just gonna let it hang out for a little bit longer. But it did look, it felt like this orange side did not connect at all. It just feels really loose compared to the white side, but the joint looked like it was mixed well, so just let it go a little longer. I think I've seen on Amazon little like almost like parchment paper sheets that you use to like wrap but around the filament, so there's a barrier between the jaw and the filament for, you know, easier peel away. This was kind of stuck to that upper jaw, it seems like, so maybe the cooling down will help that a little bit more, but I bet you those paper sheets would make it even easier. Okay, 5 minutes now. Let's see. Can we break it? Okay, got it out. Pretty strong joint, looks like. Try to bend it into shape. You can see a little bit of residue coming off the outside here. Try to clean that up a little bit. So the joint is definitely noticeable by touch, but it's more of a, seems like more of a texture thing than a size problem, I think. So, seems slightly more plausible, like it could work. Let me go grab a caliper and let's see what we got. Okay, got our caliper here. We'll zero that out. Right here we got 0.067. The white we got 0.066. In the center of the joint we got 0.069, 69 and a half. Move over a little bit. 0.071, 69 and a half. 62 and a half. What was this? 66. So we're about 0.003. 0.003 to 0.004 larger in diameter, which I guess is what you feel there. It's kind of weird because there's a couple little kind of kinks in the filament, so it's almost hard to tell what is the kink in the filament or if it's actually larger in diameter. But let's just try to sand it down a little bit more. Okay, let's see what we got now. Calipers, 0.064, 0.065, 0.064 and a half, 0.065 and a half, 0.064 and a half. Okay. I don't know. That seems like it would probably work. All right, so seems to be a strong joint. I think we got it it was a little bigger, nowhere near as much larger as the last filament welder contraption we used. That was like almost 0.1 larger than the base filament 0.075, so that was quite a bit larger, or sorry, 0.01 larger. We've got this down to within, a few tenths. So I think this could work really well. I've got a print going right now on the printer, so I'm going to let that finish out, and then I'll swap this filament in, and I'll run that little clip file that I have. Then I'll kind of use up this short little amount of filament, and we'll see if this will pull through the extruder. So yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Okay, so I'm over here at the printer. I've got this spool up here with our new joint here run into the extruder, and now I'm going to go ahead and start the print, and we'll see how it does. Okay, so I'm back at the printer. The orange part of the filament joint has already gone through the extruder, and you can see starting to dispense white filament on top of the orange. So I think it worked. We're going to let it keep running through, and I'll show you the end results of these clips in a few minutes. Alrighty, so we got the prints off of the printer here. You can see got another, band of orange, and then followed by the white. So they came off the printer like this, orange side down. We fed the orange side in first, and pretty much a flawless print. Really did well at the connection point there. No like locking back or skipping of the gear at all on the extruder. It just fed right in and printed up nice and easy. So I'd call this guy a winner. What did it take? Two tries to get it right, so not too bad. And we knew immediately off the first try that it was going to be wrong, so it's pretty intuitive, I'd say. The only thing that is kind of annoying about it is the filament gets stuck in these jaws when it's still kind of warm. But I guess if you were to leave this for a long enough period of time, I think, like if you left it for like a half hour or something for it to completely cool down, I think that would make it easier to pull the filament out. Also, like I said, they have these little like wax paper or parchment paper sheets that go inside of here between the clamp teeth, and I think that might make it a little better as well. We did have to sand it down a little bit with a little included sandy pad things, but that really wasn't that bad either. Yeah, I think it works. The other one did not work at all. This one actually works. Now, this I think was $55. It was between $50 and $60 for this device, but it's really well made. It has its own power supply or like heating element, right? The other one we were using a lighter and a pen spring. This is a lot more robust. It has some actual, thought behind it. And again, it works. So I think that could be our new solution. Obviously, this was a singular test, and we checked it out with the calipers to kind of make sure it was going to work. And it might not come out exactly perfect every time, but I think for the frequency that we're doing this filament welding or joining, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect as long as it can actually be functional in the printer. So I give it a 9 out of 10, I think, 8 out of 10, somewhere in there. Did a good job for $50, $60, not bad. I will put a link in the video description for this product, so you guys can go check it out if you want to. And I think that's going to be it for this video. So hopefully it was informative. Now you know a valid solution for filament welding or joining, and you can put that to good use in your 3D printing endeavors. All right, thanks everyone, and we'll see you on the next video.